Let's go! Hey guys, what's up? It's a culture detective here, investigating your favorite everything. And today, finally, I'm going to do List Week. List Week 2020. Yeah, I haven't done any list videos for so far for an entire year, so I'm back with lists because 2020 is about to be over and I have like 12 lists to do. So, yeah, let's start off with the most unimportant list of all the lists, and that is my top 10 best days of 2020. So, if if you're alive right now, you would probably agree that 2020 sucks. It's garbage, it's trash, it's rubbish. So it's really difficult for me to find 10 good days, let alone 10 best days. So this list is gonna be pretty lame because some days on this list aren't even like that great or anything. But I tried my best to make the list anyways. Um, also 2020 is a new chapter for me. So actually, in most of the days in this list, school will not be involved because I have technically graduated. So I'm going to start off with an honorable mention that is February 27th. And also, I name days, I give days names. And I also named days back in 2016, 17, 18, 19, but I don't write it down because it's cringe, but I don't care anymore. So, February 27th, I call it Gold Experience. And on that day, it was the beginning of quarantine. The first wave of the coronavirus actually started in Hong Kong since January, so our entire year is ruined. In the USA, it started in March. In Hong Kong, it started in January. Our entire year is ruined. I am happy. And in February 27th, it was all the first wave was almost over, and I had been stuck in my own apartment for a very long time. And then on that day, my mom had the idea, you know what? Let's go to the Peak and have dinner there as a family. So me, mom, dad, brother, we went to the Peak, which is a little mountain top in Hong Kong Island. We just visited there. We had dinner there, and the dinner is very expensive, but it was really really good. So Gold Experience. That's where the name actually came from. But also, of course, the uh, you know. Next on the list, at number 10, I'm giving it to February 8th for Stone Free. If you get it, you get it. So Stone Free is February 8th. February is the month I started watching anime, so you get all these names. Similar to Gold Experience, I was stuck in my own apartment for 5 days, and I was bored as hell. And during that time, I haven't taken the DSEs yet, which is the epic final exams. Like Americans take SATs and Brits take the GCS, the A levels. A levels, not GCSEs. A levels. DSE is basically the Hong Kong equivalent of A levels. It's horrifying. So I was studying for the DSEs at that time, and I was stuck in my apartment just doing chemistry papers and biology and maths and English and Chinese papers in my room every single day. And I was bored as hell. I was dying, and my mom suddenly had the idea. Oh, you know what? Let's go to Stanley, which is the southern tip of Hong Kong. A small little I wouldn't say town, but little area in the very southern tip of Hong Kong Island. And we went there and we had tea over there. I had some French toast, drank a hot cup of chocolate. Pretty nice. We went to climb on some rocks, which I've never done before, even though I've been to Stanley like 12 times already. I've never really climbed those rocks before. Maybe I was a coward, but I climbed those rocks. It was pretty cool. And then we went to the supermarket. Okay, and then that's pretty much the day. I mean, it's not like that great of a day, but at least I got to leave my apartment and make a video out of it. I also made an entire video about my journey in Stanley, so check it out, link in the description. At number 9, it is May 11th, the miracle of your love. Now, this is a very special day because May 11th is the last day of the DSEs, and I don't know if this day is supposed to be a good day or a bad day, honestly, because there are many reasons why this is a terrible day. First of all, it's the last day of DSEs, and the exam is biology, and you have no idea how nervous I was before I entered that exam venue, that school hall. I was shaking. But what made it worse was, so in case you haven't been following my channel, you know that ever since 3 years ago, 3 whopping years ago, I have always been interested in this one girl in my school. And he's not even from the same class as I am. And she's Mary, by the way. That's a fake name, you know. So Mary, I've always been interested in her. And I never had the courage to speak to her because I'm so socially awkward. And last year, on December 20th, I managed to speak to her, which is amazing. But after that, I never got a chance again. Until May 11th, which is coincidentally the last day of the DSEs. And this is absolutely insane because what's crazy about the DSEs is that it's not a school-based exam. It is a city-wide exam. All of the students in the entire city of Hong Kong, they're all scrambled. They go to different locations for different exams. And when I go to a school for doing an exam, usually I'm with a bunch of strangers. Maybe sometimes by coincidence I would run into someone from my own school as well, but usually strangers. And Mary was there on that day. Just the luck, honestly. Fate, destiny, whatever you call it. But that was, honestly, it was shocking. And at first I thought I was hallucinating. Maybe it's because of the nerves, but in the morning I thought to myself, you know, what if Mary suddenly shows up? Wouldn't that be fucking insane? And then I was lining up outside of the school gates, and I was holding my biology textbook and a notebook and all that stuff, and I looked around and I saw this girl who's kind of short, kind of, oval shaped head, nice and cute, wearing a mask, of course, so I can't immediately tell, kind of thick. And I'm like, oh damn, looks like Mary, but no way is it her, no way it is her. And then she came close, and it's her. Holy fuck. And Oliver was there too for some reason. And I spoke to her a little bit in that morning, and I did the biology exam. And then after biology exam, I was like, okay, when I finished the exam, because we were taking the same exam in the same school, but we're not exactly in the same location. I am taking it in the school hall. She's taking it in a classroom. And so I was like, okay, after I leave this school hall, I need to speak to Mary. I went back out. She's gone. She disappeared. She's gone. And I cried. As I walked back home, I cried. I even made a video about it. Again, link in the description. I made a video about it. I just cried. Not only because I wanted to speak to Mary and she's gone and I'm disappointed, but also the fact that Mary showed up in the morning in the last day of the DSEs. It's almost like a message from the heavens, sending a guardian angel down and telling me, it's going to be all right. You can do it. It's your last exam. You can do it. Give it your best. And then after I've done with my exam, the message is meaningless, so it's gone. It disappeared. And it has that feeling. It has that vibe to it. And it's so heavenly. And also the fact that, I've been, for the last 18 years of my life, it's been building up to the DSE. So it's all the stress being released all at once. So of course I cried, and yeah, it was quite depressing, honestly. It was heavenly. depressing. Okay, moving over, we have number 8, and that is December 10th, which is I Offer You My Bones Part 1. That's not too long ago. That's actually a couple weeks ago, but essentially I have gone 83 days without hanging out with a single person in real life. And I've been extremely lonely, so lonely to a point where I start to not feel lonely. I've been so lonely, I have gone numb. I don't care anymore. But anyways, because of this stupid homework that I had to do for college, where I had to film an interview and interview someone that I know and make a video out of it, an interview video, a media project, whatever, I'm like, oh my god, who should I interview? It's not like I can interview Natalie, right? So I interviewed Leo, and on December 10th, I went to Leo's place, and even though it was like the fourth wave of the corona, I still went to his place, and we did the interview together, which went more smoothly than I thought it would. Leo and technically I'm part of the fault as well, but we did an oopsie because the interview is about building computers. It could be about anything, but the topic I chose is building computers because Leo is a genius at building PCs. And turns out he moved his PC from his home, from his apartment, to his university dorm room, of course. And I'm like, oh my god. So I told him, you know what, film those PC footage yourself in your dorm first, and then we'll have the interview, and it's going to be separated. That's the only solution. And it actually kind of worked. And then after the interview, I brought my laptop, he brought his laptop, and we played Minecraft together. I spent months building my own school in Minecraft, and I opened LAN, and we played in that world together, and we had like PvP fights in that school as well, which is just amazing, very fun. I had a great time. Number 7 is March 3rd, or I would like to call it Crazy Diamond. And it's a Pink Floyd reference, okay? On this day, it has been 41 days where I had not hung out with anyone. Which is not that long compared to the 83 that I've just gone through, but 41 is still pretty long. 41 days I did not hang out with anyone, and also coincidentally it is 41 days after the last normal school day was January 21st, I think. And so I was really lonely, I was really sad, and then on that day I was invited to Leo's apartment, but Pink was living there because she had to escape from her very dysfunctional, abusive family, because otherwise she would have suicidal tendencies, and we don't want that. So of course Pink had to live in Leo's apartment for a while. So anyways, I went to Leo's apartment, Pink was there, and we had revision together because we were studying for DSEs, and we chatted, and it was fantastic. And then afterwards, we had dinner. We went out and had dinner in a district nearby from my place. And it wasn't a particularly great dinner, but it was just fantastic. That three of us, we would hang out, have dinner, and we would chat. And we even went to this Uniqlo shop, and they bought me this pack of gigantic cotton candies. In the Dua Lipa album review, I was eating it in the intro. Check that one out. But that's the cotton candy I was referring to. And just a really great day. Number 6, July 22nd, the Divine Doom. This day is very special, July 22nd. Yes, the DSEs is technically the epic finale of my school life, but there is an epilogue, and that is the DSE results day, where we finally receive our DSE results on July 22nd. We went back to the notorious, the infamous, the dark, the filthy school, the school that I came from. I went back, and it was a very memorable experience. People were surprisingly nice to me, and including the teachers. Honestly, I chatted with a few of the teachers, and they're all really nice, really supportive. My DSE results aren't that great, honestly. Honestly, it was a little bit worse, just tiny, just slightly bit worse than expected. But honestly, I don't even care because the DSEs don't even matter when I'm studying college in the USA. But yeah, I had a lot of fun on that day. I chatted with Oliver, chatted with Grant, I chatted with everyone. Natalie wasn't there for some reason, because she was being locked up in her own home because it was during the early stages of a wave, the third wave of Corona in July. Um, but yeah, it was still great. Mary was there. I didn't speak to her, and I felt kind of bad for not speaking to her on that day. But she was there, and she looks cute, and she's great. And yeah, it's just a pretty memorable day. Just pretty memorable. Yeah, pretty memorable. Yeah. Number 5, August 18th, Intaglio, or actually Intaglio. Now, this day is another really special day because I was, out of all the 12 times that I've hung out with with the people that I know after the last normal school day. By the way, from January 21st until now, December 20th, I've only hung out with my schoolmates 12 times, excluding the time DSE results release day. And the best one in all 12 has to be this one. I was invited to Nick's farewell party, which is of course held in Nick's apartment, and we had dinner there, and everybody's there. Marty, Hans, even Anthony, and Leo, of course, and yeah, we played video games, and they're all really nice to me for some reason. Suddenly, they're nice to me. Before they all ignore me, abandon me, they think I'm cringe, but now they're nice to me, and I was also a little like weirded out, like, oh, okay, haha, you're a nice person now. Okay, that's okay. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was memorable. We almost trapped Nick in his own bedroom, but actually it was a stunt. It was fake, and it was hilarious. On that day, though, my phone glitched out because there was water leakage, so that prevented it from being in the top 3. But it's still a great day. Great day. Yay. At number 4, I'm giving it to October 23rd to 24th with To Love Is To Have Courage. Words to live by, in my opinion. Because Mary, her birthday is on October 24th. And of course, I will not tell her happy birthday at the night of October 24th. I have to tell her on October 24th, like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. Okay? Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to fall asleep. So I took deep breaths. I said, okay, I'm going to tell her. So I opened up Instagram in her DMs, and I typed HEY, hey. And I just stood there for 3 minutes. I was shaking. I was actually shaking. I couldn't even press send. I was so scared. And then at the end, I'm like, okay, I'm going to count from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I press send, and I'm like, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. And then she actually replied. And she's like, and then I said, oh, happy birthday. And she's actually really nice about it. And then on that day, for some magical, enchanted reason, we chatted for 1.5 hours. And this is easily the best conversation I've had with any human being in 2020. Not only because it lasted really long, and I haven't had a conversation that lasted this long, even in real life, but also the topics we went through. Like, I had so much to tell her, and she's really nice too, which is surprising. She's way nicer than I expected, and she's also really brutally honest. And also, earlier this year in May, people like Natalie and Grant and Cedric told me, like, oh, Mary's just a basic bitch, she's just a normal person. Her personality is probably really fake, but honestly, I can't detect that when I had the conversation with Mary. Mary is brutally honest, and she openly admitted to be, kind of messed up as well, but she willingly moved on. And I also made an entire separate video on this conversation alone. I've talked about our tastes in TV shows, movies, and music. I've talked about my own short films. I've talked about why I like her, and it was amazing. Also, a side note, on October 25th, 2 a.m., which I consider 24th, I received a comment from Matana Roberts herself. I reviewed her album a year ago, and she herself commented on that video, and it's just really great. It's the first time an artist that I've reviewed comment on my own video. Of course, I am honored. Honestly, of course I am. Anyways, at number 3, I am giving it to June 23rd with Mental Jewelry. This is also one of those 12 days when I hung out with someone I know in real life. I was also at Nick's apartment, and this is like 2 months before Nick's farewell party. And I was with Leo and Pink as well. So me, Leo, Pink, Nick, 4 of us. We went to Nick's apartment, we played video games, and it was a lot of fun. It was amazing. But what really made that day special is that it went on and on and on and on and on. Originally, I just planned to return home for dinner. But I realized that I have to cherish every moment, every opportunity that I have to hang out with people. I have to cherish every moment because I know it's rare for me. So I ended up having dinner with them, and then I ended up having dessert with them. After dinner, we went to some restaurant nearby in the same district, and we had dessert, and it was a really, really great day. We also chatted, and at one point we were all sitting in Nick's bedroom, and we all just chatted, and we talked about secrets and gossip. But the way we talked about it, we were very much self-aware that gossip and all that is immature, but we're solely doing it because of the nostalgia, and it's beautiful. Anyways, number 2 is January 10th, Balladrine, or on that day specifically, And in Nothing We Trust. I almost forgot about this day's existence because this day happened before the last normal school day, which is January 21st. January 10th. Wow. So, of course, the DSEs are coming, and we were all freaking out. On that day, Grant invited me, Natalie, and Oliver to go to his place to study together and sort of hang out together. Okay, I realize I've been speaking too much. But anyways, on that day specifically, of course, I got lost on my way to Grant's place because I've never been there, and the bus routes were really complicated for some reason. So I ended up hopping onto a bus, realizing that I'm on the wrong direction. I cross the street and hop onto the same bus that's going to the same direction, but actually is going to I thought it's going to the opposite direction. Turns out it's the same direction, and then I hid inside the last station so that it can go the other way and then go to Grant's place. I arrived at Grant's place. We had pizza together for about an entire hour. Grant and Natalie were in Grant's bedroom, and me and Oliver were eavesdropping, thinking that they would have sex, but I don't think they did. It's so fucking funny. And then we also drank like alcohol for some reason out of nowhere. I only drank a little bit, and I'm not good with it. And then afterwards we had dinner together near my district, a Malaysian sort of dinner, Southeast Asian dinner, and it was pretty nice. And then afterwards, of course, we have dessert together, and we left. It was jolly. It was amazing. It was a fantastic experience. So this is how it feels to have friends. So this is how it feels. I totally have forgotten how it feels to have friends, but here we are. Okay, now we have number 1. Best day of 2020. And I think you already know what it's gonna be. September 10th. I made an entire separate video, 50-minute long, just talking about how amazing this day is. But I'm just gonna sum it up. First of all, this day is really special. It's a Thursday, and it's September, so my online college has begun. So on a Thursday every morning, I had to wake up to watch a film noir for my film class. So I only slept for 4 hours that day, and I watched that film noir, and it was a really good one. I forgot which one exactly was it. Oh, I think it was the first one. Oh yeah. Also, the most forgettable noir out of all the films I've ever seen. It's Detour, 1945, but it was still pretty interesting, you know. But the rest of that day is what really makes this day absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I mean 2020 sucks, but this day in particularly is probably one of the best days I've had in the last 5 years. This day can be split into two sections. Section 1. I go to the University of Hong Kong, which is a place that I've never been to find Grant, Natalie, and Zara. Of course, I got lost, which is, again, I've never been there, so of course I would get lost, and also they didn't give me clear instructions as to where they are. I got lost, but because I got lost, I had the opportunity to explore the campus quite a bit, which is fucking insane. It's like an entire city. And we hung out together. We had sandwich together in a restaurant, and it was great. We chatted as well, and they're nice, and it was really fun and memorable. And then from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. on that day, Leo invited me to his place, and I was like, okay, it's kind of late already. Are you sure you want me to come? And Leo's like, yeah, please come, please come. For some reason, Leo's really determined. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna come. I'm gonna go to your place. So I went to Leo's place, and they gave me dinner. They bought me dinner, which I had to repay them back by, buying movie tickets for them so that we can watch Tenet together. But they bought me dinner. On top of that, they bought me a secret birthday cake. Because September 7th is my birthday, and September 10th is 3 days later, and simultaneously that day is also Cedric's birthday. So while I, Leo, and Pink were having birthday cake, we were also video calling Cedric, and we were wishing him a happy birthday, and we were all chatting. We chatted about school life, we chatted about politics. It was a very in-depth chat, and it was extremely memorable. And also so much fun. I don't know why, but on that day I was just in a very comedic mood, so I cracked a lot of jokes. They all landed. I also learned a couple really cool and shocking secrets. No, actually one of them is shocking, and that's cool. It's always cool when I learn secrets. Also on that day, originally my mom booked me to do a test to see if I have the coronavirus or not, and there had been speculations, because this is organized by the government, so there had been speculations saying that the government will collect DNA data, genetic data, and sort of put my DNA in a database. So I didn't do that corona test, and since my entire family are tested negative for the corona, I'm probably negative as well, and so I didn't do the test. And Leo and Pink heard it, and they're like, thank God, you did the right thing. So, again, watch my video, link in the description. Absolutely amazing day. And, that is all I have to say. That is all I have to say. So, what's your best day in 2020? Tell me below, comments. And I know I've talked so much. Oh my God. Thanks for watching.